So let's say you're treating your Lyme disease case and it's just not going away. See, Lyme disease can be persister cells, which means they do everything in their power to stay alive. And that's why the CDC calls it post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome. They say that Lyme disease can last beyond the treatment for Lyme disease, whether that's antibiotics or herbs. But of course, the CDC doesn't say herbs. So if you take a course of antibiotics and it still lasts beyond that, they call it post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome. But in the Lyme disease community, people refer to it as chronic Lyme. And this has been going on for a long, long time. It's part of the idea of LymeWars. See, doctors and the CDC and the organizations, they don't actually believe in a chronic Lyme disease. But the patients themselves, the ones that have been suffering for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years with Lyme disease, they call it chronic Lyme. See, the patients believe that if your symptoms last for years on end and you're struggling over that time, not only with Lyme disease symptoms, but then with medical bills and with family issues and with all types of depression and anxiety around all of these things, they call this chronic Lyme. And I'm not here to judge or say who's right. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome is just another fancy made-up way of saying chronic Lyme. It's basically the same thing. It's admitting that the antibiotics and the recommended treatment for Lyme disease didn't do what it was supposed to do in this case. So why is that, and what can we do about it? Well, we've talked about this many times on the channel, but Lyme microbes are incredibly skilled at survival, right? They will pretty much do anything to stay alive. They can cloak themselves in the proteins of our cells so that they look like another one of our immune cells so that the immune system won't attack it. They can create biofilms or small little cities filled with different bacteria so that it's hard to attack. It's hard to get into their little clique, if you will, of Lyme microbes. And they could also insist into small round forms so that they can kind of protect themselves and not get attacked by our immune cells. They have all of these methods and more to go unnoticed by the immune system, and their whole job is to persist, right? They're not there to kill us. They're not there to destroy our body. They're actually just there to survive. All they want to do is survive another day, procreate, and create more little bacteria and just live out their life as long as possible, and then hopefully go on to a new host. So they're not there to hurt us or harm us or kill us. They actually want to live alongside us. They actually want to create a symbiotic relationship with us, because that's what serves their purpose of persisting and living as long as possible, because we will not kill something off if it's not actually harming us in our day-to-day. We may never notice it's even there. So that's why Lyme disease persists. That's basically what its entire purpose is to persist. And what we can do about it is we have to be more persistent and more consistent than Lyme disease itself. We have to take a bird's eye view of our entire life and just make decisions on how we are going to be the healthiest possible versions of ourselves, and then hold ourselves accountable, or get a coach, a mentor, get somebody to hold you accountable. Because when you start doing the right things each and every day for your nutrition, sleep, hydration, when you start taking the herbs that help your body rebuild and repair while also killing off Lyme microbes better than antibiotics do, according to a recent study, then your body knows how to heal. Your body can heal itself. Your body can kill off those Lyme microbes and rebuild, repair, heal all of the missing pieces itself. Now, it's very important to realize that there are certain things in the way of that healing happening besides Lyme microbes. In a lot of cases, we're dealing with mold toxicity. We're dealing with environmental toxins. We're dealing with heavy metal toxicity. We're dealing with leaky gut syndrome. We're dealing with all of these other issues that are underneath Lyme disease. And that's why most of the symptoms that we receive from Lyme disease have to actually do with our immune system and inflammation in our body, and our body not being able to fight back in the right ways against the Lyme microbes. Because if we were fully healthy, if we were absolutely 100% healthy, we may never even know that we have Lyme disease. That's why, for me, I didn't know I had Lyme disease for many, many years because my body was extremely healthy. But when I was at rock bottom, when I was eating the worst I had ever eaten, when I had stress just coming out the roof, when I had the world collapsing around me, that's when Lyme disease showed its ugly head. And that's when I got some crazy symptoms. But before that, I had no idea that that microbe was even there, because it just didn't affect me because my immune system was strong enough to hold it at bay. My body was strong enough to fight back and to feel normal every single day. That's why a lot of people will relapse after some time. Their body's fighting back, they're doing well, they're doing great, then they start to kind of slip and kind of forget that they should be taking their herbs every single day and that they should be, eating properly and doing the right things in between. And then sometimes you could get a relapse where the Lyme microbes come back to life, your immune system overreacts or underreacts, and things go south from there. So we need to be more persistent than Lyme microbes themselves, and we need to be consistent over a long period of time doing the right things for our body. And that includes taking the powerful herbs that I just discussed, the things that actually help rebuild and repair cells, that improve blood flow, that allow your organs to be protected, like your heart and your brain. Our cells go through a lot of damage when we're fighting something like Lyme disease, and we need to be able to rebuild those cells. And one great way to do that is to provide our body with the proper phytonutrients to fight back, but also the proper nutrients that will increase blood flow and increase our ability to repair and rebuild, like herbs. And the herbs that I use and so many other people use are now available for you to get in a simple, straightforward way. We'll send it to you specifically in a little kit, in a box, specifically for you. So you don't have to go searching for hours on end, trying to find good prices, trying to find quality sources for these herbs. We'll just put them in a box. They're the highest quality herbs on planet Earth. They're great prices, under $2 per day, and you can have them just sent to your door every single month. All you have to do then is wake up every morning and take your herbs. It's that simple. So if that interests you, go to LymeDiseaseWars.com, get your LymeWars herb box today. We'll be delighted to serve you and to work with you even further, because it's not just about herbs for us. We're trying to change the world. We're trying to make the world a better place for Lyme warriors so that you can fight back and take back your body, so that you can feel like yourself again. See, I know how it feels to not have my health. I know how it feels to wake up feeling like a shell of myself, to spend my life trying to get better, spending each and every hour of every day feeling like garbage and just doing my best to feel okay each day. And I know what it's like on the opposite side of that. I know what it's like to feel good every single day, to go running, doing 10Ks every day with my dog, to lift weights every day, feel good, play sports, soccer, volleyball, football, whatever, and to feel like I have the energy to be there for my family, to play with my kids, to do fun things every day, to go to the beach, to swim, to jump, climb, play, to be alive, and to have that spark. And I want the same for you. So go to LymeDiseaseWars.com, get the herbs that you need, but we're also going to help you in every way imaginable along your journey. Can't wait to see you there. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.